Twitter, Hook is what? Stokely, I hate your bald ass so much. And then Big Stoke on Twitter goes, wow, Hook will pay for his crimes. It was confirmed that there was a forearm fracture which required a cast. I am distraught. I rolled dice with my left hand, so I'm... Please don't make me sue this company, Tony Khan. Please, you know that a portrait of your father that's hanging in your office? Well, once I own this company, I'm replacing it with a big-ass photo of James Brown. Yep. Every time you see the Godfather of Soul sweating in drug-fueled rage at the Apollo, you're gonna think of me. Sounds pretty miserable, bro. Do the right thing. Punish this little bastard Hook and write me a fat check. By the way, here's a photo of me with my best friend Al Sharpton. It means absolutely nothing, by the way. Blushing face. But somebody tweeted, he tweeted, Hook is a piece of shit, and then somebody tweeted this. Some woman, I dated a 5'8" guy who taunt every I dated a 5'8" guy who taunt every jacked. 6'3" bro he met until they pulled their first back to beat him up. Whereupon my ex would go, hey, come on. I'm a little guy. I'm just a little guy. No, it's just also my birthday. I'm a birthday boy. It somehow always worked. And then Stokely just quote tweets it. Fuck you. Tony Brown, but who the fuck's in the background? It's Hook. It's fucking Hook. And then he's getting twerked on by some fucking broad. My t-shirt money is now in the ass crack of some fucking stripper. So thanks, Hook. But I don't but Jesus Christ, this is the greatest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Clip it.
Oh, but
actually, hey, it worked out in the long run.
I actually do hope they make another season, actually, because I would love to see the American Dragon on Total Bellas start memeing on John Laurinaitis. You have live footage of John Laurinaitis in his living room calling somebody in his underwear saying, "Hey, bud, you're fired."
What did Max Caster say about me?
Like, I'm embarrassed the fact that I'm hosting a post show for this crap.
I'm proud of you, Carl. I love this.
We did our Valentine's Day post of Hooked on You, but it was mainly for Jamie Hayter and only Jamie Hayter.
It's not right. It's not right. It's fucking trying to build an account and we get this bullshit on the account. Great. But
so follow a simp account.
Okay. Okay, but here's the thing, because those people, this is networking. This is
we actually
networking.
follow.
You got
it was a business decision.
It's a business. You have to follow these people. This is like following. If you want a stan account, you got to follow the other stans. And when you get big, you get rid of them. You get rid of them after that. It's over with.
I open up our Instagram and the first thing I see is Pro Wrestling Simp, and I'm like, what is this?
I don't look at that. I don't look at that stuff. It's a business decision because that guy promotes us, and then when we don't need him anymore, we toss him aside. That's what happens.
Yeah, well, we got go fucking slap it on a t-shirt and continue to use the move forehead.
Unprettier.
This guy just say fucking forehead. What? This guy say forehead.
Yes, I did.
You think I fucking wouldn't catch that? You think nobody on this program would catch that? But I did. For weird.
You almost didn't.
For weird.
Let's be honest. You almost didn't.
Weird champ. Weird champ. This is what we resort to here.
All right. Next up.
Unbelievable. Five head.
Next up, we have.
Why people happy? Pagu. Weird champ. Full weird. Forehead.
Oh god.
Franker faces.
Oh.
Wowie. Why people sad. What else?
Look at how red my face is.
What else we got? Let me go on Twitch right quick. Okay.
Why?
Why do people happy? KW, LOLW, XQCL.
All right. The Acclaim promo now. We were backstage.
Okay.
They're just like, yo, It's not gonna be a triple. It's not gonna be a
Yo,
normal.
dude, we're gonna do a fatal four-way poggers, bro. Thanks for the fucking
God.
bits.
Fuck, damn it! Jump off a roof.
Well, they just lost Gunther, so I don't know how that is gonna survive. But what's it called? But the Third Reich faction. That's Imperium's gonna turn to the Third Reich now. But he posted a picture on Twitter with Sean Dean. He's got his cast and it says "Justice" on it. And then somebody says Hook is some fucking girl says on Twitter, Hook is what? Stokely, I hate your ball ass so much. And then Big Stoke on Twitter goes, wow, Hook will pay for his crimes. It was confirmed that there was a forearm fracture which required a cast. I am distraught. I rolled dice with my left hand, so I'm please don't make me sue this company, Tony Khan. Please, you know that a portrait of your father that's hanging in your office? Well, once I own this company, I'm replacing it with a big-ass photo of James Brown. Yep. Every time you see the Godfather of Soul sweating in a drug-fueled rage at the Apollo, you're gonna think of me. Sounds pretty miserable, bro. Do the right thing. Punish this little bastard Hook and write me a fat check. By the way, here's a photo of me with my best friend Al Sharpton. It means absolutely nothing, by the way. Blushing face. But somebody tweeted, he tweeted, Hook is a piece of shit, and then somebody tweeted this. Some woman, I dated a 5'8" guy who taunt every I dated a 5'8" guy who taunt every jacked. 6'3" bro he met until they pulled their first back to beat him up. Whereupon my ex would go, hey, come on. I'm a little guy. I'm just a little guy. No, it's just also my birthday. I'm a birthday boy. It somehow always worked. And then Stokely just quote tweets it. Fuck you. Tony Brown, but who the fuck's in the background? It's Hook. It's fucking Hook. And then he's getting twerked on by some fucking broad. My t-shirt money is now in the ass crack of some fucking stripper. So thanks, Hook. But I don't. But Jesus Christ, this is the greatest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Clip it.
But
actually,
hey, it worked out in the long run.
I actually do hope they make another season actually, because I would love to see the American Dragon on Total Bellas start memeing on John Laurinaitis. You have live footage of John Laurinaitis in his living room calling somebody in his underwear saying, "Hey, bud, you fired."
What did Max Caster say about me?
Like I'm embarrassed the fact that I'm hosting a post show for this crap.
I'm proud of you, Carl. I love this.
We did our Valentine's Day post of Hooked on You, but it was mainly for Jamie Hayter and only Jamie Hayter.
It's not right. It's not right. This is fucking trying to build an account and we get this bullshit on the account. Great. But
also follow a simp account.
Okay. Okay, but here's the thing, because those people, this is networking. This is
we actually
networking.
follow.
You got
it was a business decision.
It's a business. It's a business. You have to follow these people. This is like following. If you want a stan account, you got to follow the other stans. And listen, but like, when you get big, you get rid of them. You get rid of them after that. It's over with.
I open up our Instagram and the first thing I see is Pro Wrestling Simp, and I'm like, what is this?
I don't look at that. I don't
was
look
a
at that
business
stuff.
decision.
It's a business decision because that guy promotes us, and then when we don't need him anymore, we toss him aside. That's what happens.
Yeah, well, we got so fucking slap it on a t-shirt and continue to use the move forehead.
Unprettier.
This guy just say fucking forehead.
Switch.
What?
This guy say forehead.
You
Yes,
did.
I did.
You think I fucking wouldn't catch that? You think nobody on this program would catch that? But I did. For weird.
You almost didn't.
For weird.
Let's be honest, you almost didn't.
Weird champ. Weird champ. This is what we resort to here.
All right, next up.
Unbelievable. Five head.
Next
Poggers.
up, we have.
Why people happy? Pagu. Weird champ. For weird. Forehead.
Oh god.
Franker faces.
Oh.
Wowie. Why people sad? What else?
It's Monday, guys. You know what that means. For the first time in a month, it is time for your weekly dose of the Pro Wrestling Injection right here, the Pro Wrestling Injection YouTube and Twitch. We've been out for a bit because of work for me. To be honest, it feels good not making this the weekly job that I had because I was able to kind of enjoy Dynamite a little bit. Fun fact, when Dynamite hits like the full VOD version on Max, you get no commercials, so you get to watch a full match with no breaks in between. That's pretty fun.
Well, I mean, there are commercials, but they're skippable. It's not.
No.
If you're watching
on Max, if you have the ad-free version.
Oh.
For
Okay.
the VOD.
So it just straight up skips the commercials. What the fuck happened to you?
I just got the fucking notifications keep playing, and I keep on forgetting they're there. I hear them, fucking no one else hears them. My buddy Nasty just followed the channel, but
nice.
it's the fact of which that so on Max when it hits VOD, no ads besides like the ones that are in between segments. So say like Jericho has a promo, it fades to black. That. Because they're setting up for the next thing. That's all that it is. Also,
because the few episodes I've watched back on Max, it's been like regular straight up commercials. Like
if you wait a bit,
but you can skip them.
If you wait a bit, you get full no ads during matches, and no ads in general.
I don't really care.
Also, we had talked about this prior. And I mentioned this. I did secure the kendo stick from FYE.
Hey,
this thing is fucking huge, by the way. This thing's like 5 feet long.
Oh shit.
Maybe about like 4 feet 8 inches, probably. So that makes me think because in the WWE games, you can throw these in the WWE games. You kind of throw them like that. The actual size of a kendo stick, if you were to throw this at someone, you're killing them. This is a javelin. But yes, so we are back. Just some small news to cover. I'm going to cover the injury stuff that has occurred, because AEW, like clockwork, gets hit with the injury bug bigger pay-per-views. We're going to start off with Orange Cassidy sustaining a torn pec. I'm going to assume he got this during the Fatal 4-Way match, the one that led to the number one contender spot, because he was favoring his arm a bit during that match. I'm going to assume that's what led to his injury. We have Mark Davis, but I believe Mark Davis is going to be out 4 to 8 weeks, so he'll be out for about 2 months. His injury is not too bad. And then
did they specify or no?
Let me check the Sean Ross Sapp tweet. It doesn't say what happened, but because it's not too long, I'm pretty sure it's probably maybe like a sprain. And then we have Switchblade Jay White, who broke his hand.
Broken hand.
God.
Did that happen within the first like 30 seconds of the Kevin Knight match?
I don't know. I didn't get a chance to watch that, but it's ironic because the promo that Jay White cut says, like, I think it was on the Wednesday before he got hurt. He was like, I was out of the tournament, I got hurt. This time I'm back, and what happens? Immediately gets hurt. Like,
I can actually probably check when he said that. I think it was on Dynamite this week.
Yeah, it was the Wednesday that the first Wednesday that we didn't do it, I believe.
No, because didn't he face Kevin well, I mean, technically 2 weeks ago now because it's Monday. Didn't he just face Kevin Knight like a week and a half
It was
ago?
either the first Wednesday we didn't do a stream or the second Wednesday. That's pretty much the gist of what I am remembering. But okay. So those are the 3 injuries that have occurred. Other news, just all internal WWE stuff, which I don't believe I favorited or liked on Twitter to follow through with commenting on. Let me double check.
I just haven't really been on Twitter besides following a certain thing going on in hockey that happened today, which was awesome, by the way.
I live on Twitter, so that's yeah, there was no huge things that occurred. But yeah, so we have
it might have actually been
it
might have actually been Collision from yesterday.
Well, no.
Well, that's what they put it on yesterday's Collision, his promo.
It's not from the, well, him announcing
him cut 2 different promos.
Him announcing his hand being broken was on a recent Collision. His promo saying he's entering the Owen Hart tournament, I believe, was either the first Wednesday that we missed or the second Wednesday. It was either, because I believe it was either one.
I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, if maybe even sooner.
Okay, so let's just cover this pay-per-view.
But anyway,
let's not keep you guys waiting any longer. So I kind of woke up. I woke up in the middle of the trios match for Nick Wayne's new faction of him and whatever Action Andretti and Leo Rush are calling themselves versus AR Fox and Top Flight.
Excuse me, not the Crew. Crew.
Cool.
Spelled CRU.
Cool.
Could have came up with a better name. But anyway, well, since you woke up halfway through this match, I will say this was a damn good 0-hour opener.
I woke up maybe
very much enjoyed this.
The last 5 minutes of it, and it was really good. They did awesome work. I'm happy that Nick Wayne is probably going to get a better cut of the deal, because I believe I know where at least one all-in match is probably going to lead to. I think it's going to be clear-coded on a tag team match going into all-in. I don't think it's going to happen at Double or Nothing. There's going to be actions leading to it at Double or Nothing. So the Crew and Nick Wayne do pick up the win per distraction of Mother Wayne, and here we are. So they win. Then after that, we get Max Caster Open Challenge. He got the crowd to do, "Max Caster, you're the best wrestler alive." He got them to do it.
Max, you're the best wrestler alive.
He got them to do it because Philly is so.
It pained me. It pained me that people were actually doing it, and I'm just
Philly. Like, it's Philly.
Yeah, they're not too bright over there.
Tony Storm is opening up the media scrum.
Nice.
But hey, I'm happy that that the Philadelphia crowd got behind it just to do the chant, and then pretty much like he does the heel stuff. He runs down Philly, which is who doesn't run down Philly? It's just like New Jersey. Fucking sucks. So we had he just pretty much like he wore the Doc Smith, where someone's basketball jersey that I guess left Philadelphia.
Ben Simmons.
Okay. Did he leave Philadelphia recently?
I forgot what the exact circumstances were, but he was not very well liked in Philly.
Okay. So he was wearing that jersey, then he says, "You know what? Just bring out my opponent." Lights go out, and really good music hits. And who does it? It's Anthony fucking Bowens. He is back.
5-tool player, baby.
That
surprised me.
So out of everybody that was going to be the part of the Open Challenge, once again, I'm not sure where Cedric Alexander's contract status lies. I know Josh Alexander is rumored to be coming to AEW. So it just all
wasn't
depends.
Wasn't there a whole thing with Jeff Cobb? He was supposed to be leaving New Japan, and then he just won a title or something, and he gets on the mic and just goes, "Oh, I thought I was supposed to be leaving. What happened?" I saw that.
I didn't see that.
I mean, I read about it. I didn't actually see the
But
clip.
also, I already know that our other host Christian is in shambles with fucking Sonata joining House of Torture.
Oh boy.
Sonata's been in 3 factions in the past 2 years.
Jesus Christ. Jesus.
But though
Anthony Bowens, baby.
Yeah, Anthony Bowens is back. I'm so happy. I love Anthony Bowens.
Got a really big pop too. So good for him, man.
Oh yeah. Hey, I'm happy he's back. He is a main event player who deserves the world and all that jazz. So he does pick up the win because everyone who's been doing these open challenges has kicked the shit out of Max Caster.
Pretty much, yeah.
And yeah, so after that, we open.
That was fun.
We now get into the actual meat and potatoes of Dynasty. We open the show with Will Ospreay and Kevin Knight. Right?
There's not too much that needs to be said about this match other than this was a fucking awesome opener.
Oh yeah. And hey, I if we were to do this freaking pre-show, maybe outside of who Max Caster's opponent was going to be, I probably would have got this full 100% correct. So, I believe...
I know for a fact I would have gotten one wrong.
Did Christian send his predictions in the chat?
He did. But I didn't. Because you were just because I texted and he got a couple wrong. No,
so yeah, I took a bit of some eddies and I passed out. That's why I woke up midway through. So wow, I would have been I would have been the one to get the full bell to bell correct. Because in my heart of hearts, I was like, I want Swerve to win, but I see Jon Moxley going over. So yeah, I'm happy that I was right, but also very mad that I was right. So Ospreay and Knight tore the house down, really good shit.
Just Ospreay, fucking awesome match from start to finish.
Ospreay picks up the win with no surprise to anyone. I didn't see Knight going over just yet. He's still very fresh to the AEW crowd, and I think they need to warm up to him before they could put him in fully into tournament. And keep in mind, folks, WWE wanted to have him try out for them.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yep. Oh, this probably. See now, after this match transpired, and after the Jay White promo from yesterday, literally 2 days ago, because remember Monday. I was probably going to go over to begin with.
The guy who asked the wrestlers their Waffle House orders asked Tony Storm, and Tony Storm in character stormed out. She was like, "Ah, Malcolm."
Yeah, I'm kind of excited to see Jay White come back now. Hopefully they don't fuck it up this time.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, there's a lot of people with bad timing just because of this entire Death Rider storyline. But
yes.
He unfortunately got caught up in that.
Yeah. After this, we had
the tag title match: Hurt Syndicate versus Big Bill.
So originally this was supposed to be Brian Cage and Lance Archer.
Lance Archer.
But Brian Cage got hurt, I believe, at an indie show. And
God damn it.
So this is what we got, and very suitably so. The Hurt Syndicate does pick up the win with help of Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF. MJF is trying to prove himself to join the Hurt Syndicate. I think what's going to happen is shenanigans are going to ensue with this storyline, and it's going to kick Bobby out just to bring him back in at a crucial point in the story.
What was I about to say? I don't remember them talking about like the Switch and tag title match, just because I'm like exhausted by the time I'm catching up on these shows and I'm not fully paying attention. But thank you for saying that and reminding me, because I had completely forgotten that's where they were going.
Yeah.
So I kind of hope we get some good segments with the Hurt Syndicate and MJF. I believe we will.
We will.
All right, after this.
Yeah, but this match was...
Should have been on the pre-show.
All right, so what was after this?
Should have been on the pre-show. After this, we had the first match of the Women's Owen Hart Foundation Tournament quarterfinal. Mercedes Moné versus Julia Hart.
I think, in my personal opinion, they should have called an audible and put Hart over on this one, because she had the momentum. Crowd clearly wants her. I don't want Mercedes. I don't see Mercedes going far in this. I fucking hope.
I need to see the bracket again, because what surprised me was Athena and Mercedes being on the same side of the bracket.
Let me see the women's. Let me pull that up.
Now, because I know on the other side of the bracket, I believe it's Jamie Hayter, Thunder Rosa, Penelope?
It's Jamie Hayter, Billy Starks, Thunder Rosa, Chris Statlander,
Gotcha.
Mercedes beat Julia, and we got Harley Cameron and Athena. All right, and I also had thought that Megan Bain was a part of the bracket.
All right. Yeah, I was kind of surprised that they, like I said, put Mercedes and Athena on the same side, because now that kind of just throws a wrench into what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, I'm just gonna let this play out, because I'm kind of on like wrestling overdrive right now. I need a couple days off.
Also, being honest, I think if the men's have a wild card, the women's should have had a wild card too. I think having a surprise reappearance of someone, and I know I said that I already called Harley Cameron was going to be in the Owen Hart, but I think maybe you could have put a wild card there. If Ruby Soho is destined to return soon, you could have put Ruby Soho in. Penning on...
I mean, Athena was kind of a surprise entrant.
I mean, not necessarily after the Mercedes Moné stuff, because I believe that's obvious now. It's going to be in the semis, Mercedes Moné versus Athena.
Yeah, no, it's the only reason I'm saying I'm surprised is because they ended up getting put on the same side of the bracket.
I think what would be interesting is if the finals are Starks and Athena. And they strap the rocket to Billy.
That would be, but at the same time, basically 99.9% of that story happened on Ring of Honor, which most people don't watch. So,
but once again, though, here's the thing: but AEW has a good habit of telling the story for us and showing us what leads. So my honest opinion, I think it's either going to be Billy Starks and Mercedes Moné in the finals, or Billy Starks and Athena in the finals. Because I don't see Chris Statlander getting that shot just yet.
Who's Statlander facing again?
Thunder Rosa. It's the because I think now
this is honestly one of this isn't easy to predict.
Because I think right now it's not specified. I think they got rid of the gets a world title shot, right? That's been removed from the Owen Hart stipulation.
No, didn't they add that?
I don't know, because like my heart of hearts, I see Billy Starks Athena finals.
No, because I could have sworn this. I could have sworn this year it is for a title shot.
It could be. I don't remember. It didn't say. Yeah, it doesn't say
anyway.
on here. Let me double. AEW promised to give us a bracket of their annual tournament. They did. Men's tournament has been delayed due to Jeff Ryder's attack on Jay White, who was declared above. The women's field does have a summer shaken up. So that reveals happens in the show first hour. Then it doesn't say if it's for a title.
Hold on.
But
I believe it is.
My honest to God guess, the finals are going to be either Starks Athena, Starks and Mercedes. That is a very clear picture, because I hate to say this, they're not putting Jamie Hayter back over again. They're not going to put Chris Statlander back over again. Not just yet. So,
I'm trying to find a freaking picture of the, let me just fucking Google search it. The women's one, it's kind of hard to tell, but I mean, I guess they could do Mercedes versus Billy.
Nah, I see as a very clear roadmap, because it's Jamie Hayter versus Billy Starks, Thunder Rosa versus Chris Statlander, Mercedes versus the winner of Harley Cameron or Athena. I see a very clear roadmap right now. And all of it is leading to Billy Starks versus XYZ in the finals. Because I personally do not see them pushing Jamie Hayter up there again. I see Jamie Hayter falling into the TBS title picture after Mercedes drops it to whoever. Same goes for Chris. Well, I think Chris Statlander has a shot for the women's title, but I don't see it just yet.
I have a feeling Statlander's going to be in the semi.
Oh yeah, it's going to be. Here's my picture for the semis: Billy Starks, Chris Statlander, Athena, and Mercedes, just to get there. And then finals, Billy Starks versus XYZ. Is that like a very fair roadmap? You see it, right?
I would think so. Unless for some reason they're going to put Harley over, but I don't, just to set the rematch up with Mercedes.
No. Also, another thing I found out via Newswise, forgot to cover, the mini Monet was Mercedes' idea after she found out Harley Cameron could do ventriloquism.
That I heard.
So that's pretty cool. But I don't see them putting Harley over. I think Athena's gonna squash Harley though.
Yeah, we'll see.
For me, I know for you it's not a clear roadmap. For me, it's a very clear roadmap. That's what I see, at least.
All
right. So
anyway,
So Mercedes Moné versus Julia Hart happened.
Julia
It was a
Hart.
great match, good match between them. Personally, if they were to call an audible, it would have been nice because Julia Hart was getting over heavily with that crowd, and they wanted her to win. But Mercedes Moné did pick up the win with a roll up, I believe, right?
Yep.
So it still protects Julia, though. So
yeah, I thought this match was good up until the last few minutes, where it got very good. And yeah, these two ladies went out there and had a good match.
Oh,
good
yeah.
match.
I agree. What was after this one? Was this the next men's?
After this was the trios title match. Death Riders versus Rated FTR.
And thank God for once a proper American crowd sang his entrance. Holy shit. What the fuck is wrong with us? We suck at singing his song. The fucking Chicago crowd. Oh my God.
It's not that hard, people.
They got it, and then they fell right off.
No bueno, no bueno.
This was a great match.
This match was very good.
As much as the Death Riders are becoming so fucking annoying right now, I am kind of happy they kept the trios titles. I want a worthy set of people to take it off them. And Rated FTR is not fucking one of them.
I would beg to differ on the worthy part. I just don't think it was a good idea with the story they were telling.
Yes. So, great match though.
Yes, very good stuff.
Cope, Adam, whatever the fuck we call him these days, bumps into Dax, which then causes the whole entire match for them to fall apart.
Yes, that came after a attempted spear on Yuta, in which he jumped over, sees that he missed it, sees Dax, stops, and just like, oh shit, okay.
And that caused them to do the meeting of the minds to both hit their heads.
Yuta pins Dax in the end for the win. And
we stayed in the ring for a long period of time. I know why. And Copeland
there was some layers
raises
to this.
both the hands of Dax and Cash, and
Cash goes to leave the ring. Dax is just like, all right, screw this, I'm done.
Pile driver, bang.
Pile driver, right to Cope. Cash is like, what the hell are you doing?
I got fucking scared when Cash was like, what the fuck? I was like, no, don't fucking break them up. Just turn them both heel. Dax leaves the ring, gets 2 chairs. Do the concerto.
Sets one up under Cope's head, takes the second chair and just goes, I want you to do it.
And
then Cash heavily hesitates, and then all of a sudden, bang.
Well, no.
And I'm just like,
no. He throws the chair to the side, picks up Copeland, Shatter Machine, then the concerto. So here's the roadmap for this story. Double or Nothing or All In. I think preferably All In. It will be Edge and Christian versus FTR in probably a TLC match or a chairs match, something of the sorts. This cannot be a normal one fall tag team match. This has to be like the Kings of TLC versus the Kings of Mat Wrestling. So
now the question becomes, what route do they want to go in turning Christian face?
Well, they already have like the railroad spikes built in with Nick Wayne helping the crew. You got the momentum for that.
Well,
because remember,
that forwards the breakup of that group.
And what you could do, my honest opinion,
Have them put Nick Wayne over Christian?
You can do that, and then or just have Nick Wayne and Kip Sabian start doing a 2-on-1 beatdown on Christian, who is the only person that's willing to save Christian, that knows him like a brother, that can see a common ground, and that is Cope. And then, so with that, I believe that sets up maybe Double or Nothing for a tune-up tag team match for them. I'm gonna say Edge and Christian for this one because it makes easier sense for me to say for Edge and Christian to fight Nick Wayne and Kip Sabian. Do that, tune up. Do something like that.
What I'm trying to 4D chess here is obviously, Christian and Cope both have to return. They have to weave the storyline of them getting back together in there. What I'm thinking is they build to a match against FTR, but do they lose the initial one to bolster FTR into a title match, and then they tell the story of them having one last hurrah?
Yeah, but FTR has to
going back up and beating FTR for the titles.
But FTR has to
for their farewell run.
FTR has to beat Hurt Syndicate now, though, and Hurt Syndicate is like a tweener team, a tweener team.
Yes.
So I see I see Cope and Christian not doing this for the titles. So I see that.
Okay, well, Double or Nothing's way too close.
Well, that's why I'm saying a tune-up. Between now and Double or Nothing, you have the kind of the road work start being laid for Nick Wayne to turn on Christian. Probably say, when's Double or Nothing right now?
That's exactly what I'm about to Google.
The 25th. So you have a little over a month to break up the patriarchy.
All right. Hold on. May 25th.
Yeah, you have a little over a month to break up to break up the patriarchy, leading to Kip and Nick Wayne versus Cope and Christian for a tune-up.
Okay, here's my opinion. Cope is going to be out at least 3 weeks. That's mini prediction. Because
I say
Double
at least
Concerto.
Or
do you want to keep him out a full month?
I don't know.
So he would come back. This week is going to be the 9th. Do you want to bring him back the 30th or the 7th? Because if you bring him back the 7th, that only gives you 2.5 weeks. If you bring him back the 30th, that gives you 3.5.
I think then you split up the patriarchy while Cope is gone. You kind of you do still have the 2-on-1 beatdown, leaving Christian sprawled in the ring, and then say in a month, so the 7th of May, that's when you plant the seeds for Cope and Christian. I say you leave Cope off TV for a month, and you just build this breakup for the next 3 weeks of the patriarchy. Because Luchasaurus was at a WrestleCon, I believe, a month ago. He was at a convention, up and around walking. So his possible return is still brewing. Hell, Eddie
That still could
Kingston's
be a couple months
Eddie
away,
Kingston's return is still brewing. He's still training, which for all we know, he could be done. He could be coming back at All In, after All In. Maybe, and
Yeah,
I
his
say
injury was
this,
pretty bad.
I say this as a shot in the dark. Maybe he's the wild card. But a lot of people are assuming the wild card is Jeff Jarrett, which is I don't want.
No, I think
I get it.
I think
don't want
I would
it.
get it too.
I don't want
but
it.
I think you said something earlier that makes a lot of sense though. But we'll get back to this. Actually, we'll get back to this later. But good stuff with the trios titles match. Good stuff on the turn because Cash, after right before the concertos, helps him up and just goes nope, pulls him into Dax. Fucking big rig. Got the good turn. Good stuff. Just good stuff.
And as you point out in the group chat, I love Cash mimicking putting on the neck brace, laying in the on the
hysterical.
stretcher.
That was fucking great. I absolutely love that.
After this, did we have?
And then fucking Dax is just like fucking CPR. So good.
After this,
So good.
Did we have the women's match or Bentito and Jericho?
Yes, we did.
Okay, so
No, women's match.
Great. So this match was really fun. Loved it. I love the Rocky reference for.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Damn shame on you, Tony Khan, for not having like the Rocky theme played during her montage. Damn fucking shame.
You know how expensive that probably would have been?
If he's able to pay for the final fucking countdown, he probably can pay for the instrumentals of Eye of the fucking Tiger.
I mean, it was Bryan Danielson's full-time retirement tour.
Hold on.
And they didn't use it every week. I'm so happy I was able to see him come out to that at Arthur Ashe.
I hate you guys for that.
I was so happy. Actually, yeah, check it. It's probably expensive. How much is Final Countdown again? Like $500,000?
I believe so.
Oh my god. Must be nice to have money.
To license the instrumental version of Eye of the Tiger can cost anywhere from a few hundred to several $1,000s, depending on the intended use of the scale of distribution. So,
Rob, yeah, it would have been up there.
hold on. It would have cost
it also
several
wasn't
thousands of dollars or more. So it probably would have been in the ballpark of say $100,000. That's a drop in the bucket for AEW.
I don't know, maybe Tony Khan brought it up and Tony was just like, we could, but also I would probably have to extend my entrance, which I don't know. I don't know what went on behind the scenes there.
It doesn't seem like it would have cost that much.
Well, also remember you just said like depending on the scale, right? So they probably would have like multiplied it by like tens of thousands of people.
So looking at say an example, licensing for a major film studio can range between 15 to 60K, with the majority ranging from 20 to 45K. Once again, drop in the bucket. They could have easily got it. But once again,
it's not our money.
So,
but no, I did enjoy the Sylvester Stallone-esque entrance. No, this
freaking loved Excalibur. No, not Excalibur. It was Shivani doing the Italian Stallion. Tony Storm, like, okay, thank you, Tony Schiavone. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you. Fun fact, though, as we mentioned, I believe, on our last show, Megan Bayne is dating Joey Janela. Penelope Ford used to date Joey Janela.
Joey Janela. Yeah,
Man.
actually, when AEW started, those two were still together.
No, it was on the outs by that time because she was with Kip.
No. You sure they were still? No, I'm pretty sure they were still together, but they broke up like very shortly afterwards.
They kept them together as a duo, I believe.
Gotcha.
Because I believe that was just story. But yeah. So Tony Storm picks up the win here. Really crazy. A lot of close counts here. I thought maybe Tony was going to lose after the 4 hip attacks to Mega Bayne into the Storm Zero, with Storm Zero kicking out a 1.
Yeah, that got a pop. No, overall though, thought this was a good match though.
I'm trying to
also
about
Luther taking Penelope away was pretty funny.
Yep. He probably killed her. Man. He probably kidnapped her.
He probably killed her.
Never saw them again.
This is true. Yeah, we don't have any proof that nothing happened. So,
yeah. So Tony Storm picks up the win here. Still the champion. Picks up the win via a roll up too. So once again, it keeps Megan Bayne really strong going into whatever next match this leads to. After this, we had the
second match of the men's quarterfinal of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. Kyle Fletcher versus Mark Briscoe.
This was their 4th match, by the way.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. I slept on this match, and these two went out there and killed it. I really enjoyed this match.
Someone posted on Twitter that they want Mark Briscoe to win the whole. They wanted Mark Briscoe to win the whole thing, and go on a Mick Foley style title run.
I did see that. And
I'm for that because with how Mark Briscoe is doing stuff nowadays, he's doing the bang bang.
Yeah.
He is like this generation's Mick Foley. He's turning out to be. Like, he's having a fun time. Like, the chair spot was so funny. Throwing more chairs into the fucking ring.
That was great.
But this match
I would love for them to put the title on him one day.
I don't see it anytime soon. I maybe see a TNT run or whatever the Continental
Ring of Honor.
I don't see him going back to the Ring of Honor stuff. Not yet. Whatever they're gonna call the Continental International title when they merge it together. I can see him going after that. See him going after TNT. I don't see him going after the world title. Unfortunately,
They shouldn't even combine those titles. Just drop one of them. Just drop the Continental Championship and have it as a fucking trophy.
Well, that's what's gonna be. They're just gonna merge them into one, and just have the Continental Classic probably be trophy, a certified #1 contender spot for that title.
We'll see.
So
We'll see. But no, these two went out there and had a banger. This was very good. Very, very good. Mark Briscoe is honestly becoming one of my favorite wrestlers, not gonna lie.
Kyle Fletcher picked up the win with a very nasty brainbuster buckle bomb.
Oh yeah.
And that led into the victory. We now go on to a match that had a lot of fucking heat going into it. A lot of heat. Going up by the news on how representatives couldn't come to an agreement on the ending. And that is Chris Jericho versus Bandito. There was talks about
I'm gonna need more context here.
on Twitter, once again, take it with a grain of salt. This comes from Wrestling Observer, so it holds some weight. What I read was that there was issues coming to an agreement on the ending. In other words, how I'm reading that is, Jericho pulled "that doesn't work for me, brother" on a clean finish to this match. That's how I see it.
Yeah, maybe.
Because, how I also was reading it is, that Jericho really wanted to go over, but they're like, hey, no.
I'm not saying this is what happened. Just imagine Tony wanted to keep the belt on Jericho, and Jericho was just like, no, I think it's time I lose this.
Fuck no, man. Fuck no. I know that's a just imagine, but fuck no.
Just imagine.
And
then they had a fucking disagreement on, okay, but how? I don't know. After all the fucking bullshit the last couple of years, I don't really give two shits about the backstage stuff.
After the cameras went off the air, Swerve Strickland did kind of like the end of the night promo, say, hey, get home safely. And he ended it with, fuck Booker T. Because Booker T made those comments about how black wrestlers, how he commented on Swerve saying about in AEW there's not many main eventing the pay-per-views. And Booker T's comments on that were, well, they need to step up then. So it is a okay for him to say fuck Booker T on that. But,
a lot of stupid comments.
But I
love how even Solomonster is like he wasn't happy with that ending either.
I have the ending is fucking annoying. The media scrum's over. I wasn't paying attention to any of it. It's nothing too major. Yeah. So
already.
They don't go too long.
Dude, that was less than an hour.
They don't go too long anymore.
I mean, yeah, that's probably
so Jericho and Bandito. I gonna be honest.
Its moments.
I don't like Jericho matches anymore. He doesn't have the same aura that he did in 2019, in 2020, in 2021.
Well, dude, because he's like 54 now.
But still, he doesn't. He doesn't hit the same as he used to. It doesn't have that
because
same.
He's old.
It doesn't have the same feeling in my heart that it used to.
Dude, he's old. Like, that's what happens.
And so is fucking John Moxley. He is old. So is Copeland. He's old. And his match is still fucking
he's in way better shape than Jericho.
True.
He's in way better shape.
It's just like, I don't like Jericho matches anymore. I used to like them. I used to be excited for them. Now I'm just like, what the fuck's going on, bro? This match, it was okay for what it was worth. Jericho hit Bandito with the bat, causing the first finish to happen, and then Aubrey Edwards standing outside talking to Bandito's mom and sister. They're like, hey, Jericho cheated, use the bat.
Yeah.
When the fuck have we
bat.
when have we ever reversed decisions? This is like the second time we've ever reversed decisions in AEW. I get it, and I'm happy. Trust me, I'm happy this happened, but I wish it was a clean fucking finish. It should have been a clean finish. It should have never been what it was. This was fucking stupid. Being very honest. This was really fucking stupid.
I mean, I'm happy that Bandito got the title.
Yes,
But
how it happened, it shouldn't have happened this way. It should Bandito should have went over clean.
Yeah, this was very, very WWE-esque.
But I'm happy Jericho's no longer the fucking champion. Thank God. Put that title back on Ring of Honor. Keep it off of AEW TV. Being up.
Oh, did you also see something came up in the news about Jericho going back to WWE? And I'm just like, dude, everyone knows, like, and everyone has
open
known.
To the idea.
Everyone has known since 2019 that he is going back to WWE after he's done with AEW. Like, this is not news. This is just fucking common sense.
I think if Vince was still there, he would have he would have stayed away. But because there's a whole new regime, he's open to the idea of returning.
Yo, Tom, the show is back for pay-per-views, not for Dynamites.
Yeah. It's just that I don't see...
You did you really tune in at that exact second?
It's just the fact in which that I see, like, Jericho's gonna go back to WWE. Also, I want this ROH title to no longer be on AEW TV.
Yeah, that would help.
Maybe like Collision, permanently on Collision. Maybe. I'm okay with that, but keep it on ROH TV. Don't put it on Dynamite. Fucking refigure out this learning tree bullshit. Maybe break up the learning tree. Have Jericho go back to being the fucking Painmaker and coming out to Judas.
I think after tonight that's finally gonna happen.
God,
breaking up the learning tree.
I fucking hope.
I mean, it would make sense after tonight.
To be honest,
I mean, they've teased it like a couple times now over the last couple months.
Here's what should have
happened. And after tonight, it makes sense.
Here's what should have happened: move this and the Hurt Syndicate tag team match to the pre-show, and you could have put Nick Wayne of the Crew versus AR Fox and Top Flight in the tag team title spot, and you could have put Jericho, Bandito, and you could have reversed that with Max Caster's open challenge. You honestly could have done that.
Yeah.
Those
could've.
like
yeah.
The tag team title match and the ROH title match fucking just sucked. They should have been on the pre-show, and you could have bumped these two like lighter matches to the main card, and it would have been marginally better pace. Because I did not like this pay-per-view that much. It didn't hit as hard as every other AEW pay-per-view has. I just didn't like this pay-per-view that much. And I hate to say that too, because AEW pay-per-views have always been consistently amazing. It's just that this right here, it didn't hit. I don't know what it was.
You take out the tag title match, and the first half of the show was actually, honestly, a little bit more than half the show. It was actually pretty damn good, but this match and the following match kind of knocked it down.
Yeah, so after this,
take away kind of. The next two, the Jericho match and the match after this knocked it down.
So after this, we have the TNT Championship match with no time limit, no outside interference between Danny Garcia and Adam Cole Bebe.
I mean, I thought the match itself was actually okay, but this could have been on a Collision.
I'm also hoping that Adam is selling the leg. I'm hoping.
Yes. Please be selling.
I'm hoping nothing is too serious. Because he was on the scrum. I did not catch what he said. But
okay,
this
so
match...
Tom is asking, are they getting lazy with the booking? I don't know if it's laziness. I think it's a case of they're trying to put too much on the pay-per-views. So, like, I think they're trying to do too much, which hurts them.
I think it's a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B. He's also asking if you were to rank the pay-per-view 1 out of 10.
Probably. I don't think I would go lower than a 6.
I would go a 5.5.
Well, no, because like I said,
in the middle. I know. Yes, like a lot of the matches were good. It just
that's how I base it off of.
Like it was horribly paced. It was once again horribly paced. Another pay-per-view that was horribly paced, but this one was a lot worse than what was it last time? It was Revolution. Yeah. So Revolution was horribly paced.
Wait, this past Revolution or last year's?
The one that like 2025's. It had a bad pacing of putting certain matches one after another that were too hype, like the steel cage leading into the main event. Or
personally, I didn't really mind that because everyone knew that match wasn't going to be good.
Or the women's match. I think it was too many back-to-back bangers.
I don't have a problem with that because I need to find the fucking.
I know, but I need to breathe.
I need to do a Google search
every once in a while.
I mean, technically, we did get 2 breathers during that pay-per-view. One of them just so happened to be the main event.
Exactly. So Adam Cole, Danny Garcia, solid match. It just didn't get out of second gear. It was
the match itself. It was fine as a pay-per-view match.
This could have easily been like a main event of a Dynamite type scenario. It was very clear going into this match that Danny Garcia was losing. Hell, when he was handing the title over to the ref, so the ref can do the like, hey, look at the title.
Okay, yeah, you and I are remembering Revolution very differently because outside of the main event, you had underwhelming Okada versus Brody, and then Hurt Syndicate versus Outrunners, which was arguably the weakest. It was that was pretty weak, but everything else was very good.
So
everything else was very good.
I'm looking at the match card, bell to bell.
Yeah, because there was Hangman MJF, Mercedes, Momo Watanabe, Swerve and Ricochet, Okada Brody, Hurt Syndicate Outrunners, Tony versus Mariah, Kenny and Takeshita, Ospreay and Fletcher, and then that horrible main event.
It was just like 3. It was pretty much like how I'm seeing it. Was you have the Falls Count Anywhere match for the women's title, Toni Storm, Mariah May. Then you have
that should have main evented.
That should have.
Or Ospreay Fletcher.
It's just that having those three matches back to back to back, immediately throwing into the main event, the crowd was dead. The crowd was 100% dead.
Well, and also they just made a bad decision of having that match go as long as it did. That didn't help matters.
It's like how that show could have been paced was, you could have opened the show, say with in a perfect world, say with Mox and Cope. You could have opened the show with that. Ended the show with Timeless Toni Storm and Mariah May. Co-main event with Ospreay, Fletcher. I think mainly just you put Mox and Cope with Christian in the first spot, and then move Hangman into Toni Storm and Mariah May's spot with MJF, and have Toni Storm, Mariah May main event.
I just saw a tweet. The worst AEW pay-per-view maybe ever. Does nobody remember fucking World's End 23?
We were there.
That was pretty bad, and I was there.
Yeah, we were there.
That was pretty fucking bad. Yeah, that was a weak one. That was way weaker than this one. Way weaker.
Tom goes, so do they have too much talent in that they're promising TV time and those people are not delivering? No, it's like everyone who gets TV time is delivering to their potential. Like Hangman's delivering, MJF is delivering, Mercedes is delivering, Swerve, Ricochet, Okada when he appears.
Even honestly, even Harley Cameron is taking full advantage of her TV time.
It's just that it was a lot better booked when it was just one show and they had a limited roster. I think right now AEW is back in growing pain phase, because they're getting back to that restoring the feeling of what 2019 and 2020 AEW was. They just need to fucking fix certain aspects. That's just me, though. But okay, so back to this match, though. Adam Cole, Danny Garcia. Adam Cole picks up the win here with the Panama Sunrise into the Boom. Great match. Happy Adam Cole gets a singles title. And hopefully this isn't just a, hey, here's the title. Okay. Figure out the rest, folks. Because that's how it's been. We gave Danny Garcia this title. And it was just, okay. Now what?
I love how, looking back, we're all complaining. Meanwhile, like...
we were happy when he won.
Yeah. Yeah, looking back at his reign, it's just like, okay, he was basically defending the belt like every 2 to 3 weeks, which is something that should be done with the TV title, and most of the matches were good. So, looking back, I don't hate it. I just think they kept it on him a little too long.
Yeah. It's...
No, I didn't want to click that, god damn it.
No, it's just like
it scrolled me all the way back up.
I am hoping they have a story for him. Because who does he face now? Do we get Ricochet thrown into this? Do we get Speedball Mike Bailey thrown into this? Does Jericho find his way back into this fucking title picture?
Please, no. Tom's asking... myself. Actually, well, Tom is saying they're like WWE was after the invasion. I don't know about that. No, I don't know about that, because that was a completely different circumstance in a completely different time in the business.
Yeah, that's just when
that was a company literally going out of business, and they brought too many of them in all at once. AEW brings people in, but they spread it out. And they've gotten a lot more selective over the last year and a half of who they bring in. So
yeah, it's just like, but though overall, they need to figure the fuck out what to do with this TNT title. It used to be one of the most prestigious titles in AEW. It was cared for. It was given chances with people. It was given customization to certain champions. Figure out what the fuck to do with it. Don't just give it to Adam Cole just so Adam Cole, just because today or the other day marked his 17-year anniversary as a pro wrestler. Figure out what the fuck to do with his title. Don't just give it to him for the sake of giving it to him. Yes, it's essentially...
as long as he... But that's...
Yeah,
you want to answer that?
Having this over bloated roster is hurting them. 100%, it's hurting them. Like, let me go to...
And the funny thing is, they actually just got rid of a couple people, too.
Not many, but...
I mean, the names themselves were notable.
Like, right now, on the current men's roster page, people who I think you can easily get rid of, and I hate to say this, especially this person up first, Aaron Solo, you can easily shuffle him to Ring of Honor. Alex Reynolds, you can shuffle him to Ring of Honor.
I mean, all of Dark Order at this point.
Angelo Parker.
Where the hell has he been?
That's a good fucking question.
I actually, dude, he was honestly like one of the more underrated parts of early AEW because they would just randomly put him on TV
like
and he would just deliver an absolute banger.
Arya Davari is still on this roster. What the fuck happened to the Guns? They came back and then immediately got shuffled out. Fucking who else is still here that kind of like you can easily just shuffle? Griff Garrison.
Okay, you know what? Okay, this person on Twitter actually brings up a halfway decent point. I had to filter through a lot of crap, but this person goes, it's kind of like everything that they're doing that's good, and I'm paraphrasing, is getting used on the mid and undercards, but like and they're like kind of disappointing when it comes to the main events. And I'm like, that's fair. That's a legitimately fair point.
To answer Tom's question, do you think they hold on to people to prevent them from jumping to WWE? I hate to say it, but yes.
Well, yes, but at the same time, like they have in the past let people go when they're not being assholes.
Because right now,
so it, like you said with the thing earlier, it's a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B.
Yeah.
Because remember, like people, especially recently, like people were getting held onto because, well, frankly, they weren't doing shit the right way behind the scenes, and Tony was just like, okay, if you're gonna act like this, I'm gonna keep you in the contract. And then there's been reports of other people that, oh, it was a mutual thing. You know, nothing bad to say. Like nothing bad was said by either party. It was like a mutual agreement.
Because right
now, amicable let go.
Some of the best wrestlers that AEW had are top stars right now in WWE. People like Ricky Starks.
They were hoarding talent for a while, but they scaled back majorly on that.
Like people like Ricky Starks and now Ricky Saints, Ethan Page, Sean Spears, Penta, Phoenix, now Malachi Black.
Well, that was
going back to Aleister Black because he's going to be making his return soon. It's the fact of which that right now they need to figure out what the fuck to do with this TNT title. Because I'm looking at
part of a fix.
I'm looking at, Ortiz is still under contract.
Yeah, I can believe that. Is Cabana still under contract?
Yes, he is. So is also
that one makes no sense.
So is Cutler.
Well, I mean, he's kind of part of the Elite storyline, so that makes sense.
He is not listed under any affiliated factions on his roster picture. It tells
that's storyline.
It says like the listed.
That's kayfabe.
But there's no one to push this TNT title to. For Adam Cole to have a match. Like, maybe Jack Perry. Maybe Jay White. Yes, hi.
I wouldn't put the title on. I don't know. Anyway.
I got you. But no, it's just like I don't know what they could do. Maybe Mark Briscoe, but then you have to turn one of them heel.
What up, Cat?
My cat is being annoying because she wants to be fed. She'll get fed after the show.
Sounds like what? Oh, don't even bring his name up, Tom.
Listen,
he brought Bischoff's name. Dude, if you want to talk about anybody in wrestling that's lost any credibility, any and all credibility that they once had, he is literally that dude.
I'm trying to see maybe work with maybe get Buddy Matthews on this TNT title run, maybe get Brody King into the picture. But once again, one of them is going to have to be the heel, because I don't see them putting two faces against each other. Hell, maybe figure out what the fuck to do with Scorpio Sky, because you still have him under contract. Hell, maybe figure out...
Didn't he get injured again?
I don't remember. It's been so fucking long.
I remember, like, they were trying to bring him back, and they were going on, like, a semi-push with him, and then he literally got injured, like, a month after he returned. Again. I mean, he's had a string of bad luck, that guy. Not gonna lie.
They need to figure out what the fuck to do.
I'm pretty sure that's happened more than once.
It's simple as that. They need to figure out what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah. And the funny part is, it's just with certain aspects of the roster, because other aspects of the roster, they do a fucking phenomenal job.
Yes.
Which is why this is why when people are, like, saying on Twitter, oh, this is like either Vince's WWE or this company's dying, it's just like, do people not realize, like, how bad shit was? Or do people have short-term memory? Because it's not that bad. Like, 2011 to 2013, it's not that bad.
Be honest, in what you have seen so far, does it change or does it keep getting progressively worse until ratings make them change it? I think right now ratings
matter anymore.
Ratings are their least of their worries, because they're hitting 1 million regardless. Because you got
because of the max viewership, right?
Yeah, because added all together, they're getting 1 million. So the ratings are not the issue, clearly. It's just that they need to figure out what the fuck to do with this TNT title spot. Because I don't see anyone on this roster who can even, like, sniff a title shot just yet. Because...
Well, I mean, if we're going based solely on the TNT title, dude, it's a television title. Anybody can get a shot at any time.
I get that,
it's literally the epitome. I mean, I understand your viewpoint, but that's what the international title's for.
I just don't know, because, like, it's that I want them to, because, yes, it's a TV title, but this TV title still gets put into major stories and leads it to a pay-per-view match. So they need to figure out what the fuck to do with it. Because right now, the best they could do is open challenge. That is it. That's all they could fucking do right now, is an open challenge. And what is that going to lead?
I wouldn't do that right now, because they're doing the storyline with Max Caster's open challenge. You don't want to have two going on at the same time.
No one cares about Max Caster's open fucking challenge besides...
I do. That shit has been entertaining as fuck. He gets the shit beat out of him because he deserves it. Who doesn't want to see that?
But it's just like, figure out what the fuck to do.
Also, but that's probably over after tonight, so you may be onto something there.
He says to just replace it. No, you can't replace his title.
No,
because this title
No. Because if you're gonna replace something, you're basically just dropping one belt to add another, and you're not changing anything.
Also,
if anything, they need to drop the Continental Championship, which they're
working on.
They're doing. Yeah.
But also, like, you can't drop the TNT title because of its history and lineage, with Mr. Brody Lee being the quote-unquote inaugural champion in this regard. You can't get rid of this title. This title has too much history. The fans do love it. It's just that they need to figure out what the fuck to do. Because I don't know where they can pivot, what they can do. because who's gonna step up to a challenge? What are they gonna do? Infighting between the Undisputed Kingdom, and it's gonna be Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole. I don't want that just yet. I want, because one, I know we don't always need babyface heel going at each other. We can always have babyface, heel, and heel. But for title pictures, it makes the most sense. I kind of wish they would. It makes the most sense for heels and faces. This was an exception with Daniel Garcia and Adam Cole. Because one, Cole is...
Yeah, this was a built-up storyline, too.
Yeah, like, it's going to be hard to turn Adam Cole heel. It's going to be hard to turn... Again. I think turning Garcia heel is pretty easy, because at the January show out here, when they had him on Collision, he was getting booed heavily. So he can easily get that heel position, but it's just that figure it out. It's like it's going to be impossible to turn someone like Tony Storm heel. It's impossible to turn someone...
Oh, no. That would be a terrible idea.
Like, it's going to be impossible to turn someone like Darby Allin heel. It's impossible to turn someone...
Yeah, kind of.
Like, say, I'm trying to look at this, like, the roster page of people that are indefinitely hard to turn heel. And make them hate.
Ospreay's not turning heel again anytime soon. Jay White
is hard to make a heel.
Is he though?
He's had to try really hard because the crowd fucking loves him. Samoa Joe is a person that's hard to turn heel.
I mean, he's just, Samoa Joe is the epitome of the badass babyface.
Swerve, you're gonna have to like pull teeth to make him a heel. He's gonna have to kick the shit out of Nana to make him a heel.
No, I don't want to see that. Don't put that out into the world. No, Zach. Don't do that.
That's the only fucking way he can be a heel.
I don't want to see that.
It's going to be hard to turn Ricochet back into a babyface. It doesn't look like they can...
No, keep him heel. Dude, he is doing some of the best work of his career. Please keep him heel.
Tom says it doesn't look like they care about it. It's a back burner belt that they throw on anyone. Yes, and I hate that.
Well, sort of. I mean...
When was the last major story for this title?
Didn't they have a whole build-up to Danny getting the title from Jack Perry?
Yes, and that was what, almost a year ago?
A couple months.
Hold on.
It's been a good number of months.
Let me see. I just want to fact check just to make sure. Okay, title. Okay, ratings. Drop down to there.
What do we got?
I'm trying to see. Okay, so...
Oh, damn, this kid's going off this season. Shit. What are we at with that? God, yeah, Rangers are 100% missing the playoffs. All right.
God, this is a terrible fucking list of the title reigns. Holy shit. Okay.
As soon as Cody left, there was like a 6-month period where it was just miserable because you had the whole American top team with Scorpio Sky and all those, and Sammy, and just like hot-shotting the title between all of them. Honestly, if anything, like, they don't move that title around enough, in my opinion. Because Perry held it for too long. Garcia held it for too long. I mean, Adam Cole is to be determined, but
I'm trying to
honestly, even Darby kind of held it for too long because he went like 2 months without defending it at one point, if not longer.
I really do wish they had like the actual days that they held the title, but it doesn't say. I gotta go back to Garcia's. When did he? Yeah. Come on. The fuck is it?
I love how I'm having like 2 different conversations with Tom right now because he is my boy in real life and we text each other like every day. This is pretty funny. Division? No, that's...
Okay, there we go. This is what I was looking for.
Okay, Zach, what are your thoughts on Tom's question?
Why not replace it with a divisional base belt to build up a new unused talent? The TNT title carries such prestige that I probably don't want to put on a rando jobber.
Now that I think about it, they were doing that in the beginning, but the roster's just expanded so much, and yeah.
So Danny Garcia,
you know it. Okay, yeah, thank you, Zack Ryder.
Danny Garcia won the belt back in November of 2024. So
okay, so it was. Oh wait, that's right, Full Gear.
That's right.
Forgot I was there.
Yeah, you were at that show.
Yeah, that's okay. That was mid-November, so all of December, January, February, March, a little over 4 months, in my opinion. That's too long for a television title reign.
He held it for 134 days.
Felt like a lot longer than that.
Yeah, it did. It fucking did.
I love how we're still on this.
Yeah, because I want this fucking title to matter again. Look at all these champions we've had: Darby Allin, Wardlow. Okay, let me backtrack. Darby Allin, Christian, Cody, Jack Perry, Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs. So,
I mean, not gonna lie, Samoa Joe had a pretty damn good reign.
Only lasted 78 days, by the way.
Hey, it was fun though. It didn't overstay its welcome. I'd rather have that than have one that goes way too long.
Yeah, the ones that overstayed their welcome. Adam Copeland's. I think he should have dropped it to Malachi. That should have been that.
I mean, technically he did the next week. That didn't overstay its welcome. That was just he got injured on in the match that they should have changed the title on.
Yes.
So because he immediately vacated it. So that was just a
So he should have
bad non-audible.
It should have called an audible, have Malachi win, and then just set up that tournament after that.
Yeah.
But
that's not what happened.
Let's just get back into this, talking about this pay-per-view, because we've been on.
So we got
this match.
We got 2 matches left.
While. So
we got 2
Adam
matches
Cole
left.
Wins,
the co-main event.
Then now we go into the triple threat: Kenny Omega versus Speedball Mike Bailey versus Ricochet.
This was very good.
Yeah, this was a great match. Looking back at the qualifying match for this, Speedball should have been the only competitor because technically it was his pinfall that got Kenny Omega down.
Well, I mean, it was his pinfall was legal.
And also, it's a triple threat match. So there's no DQ. All names known, nobody knew. They don't use it to build talent. Yeah, I think the only time they used this title to build talent, the TNT, was with Darby Allin and with Sammy. That was the only
also times
and Jack Perry.
Times have changed. Times have changed drastically though, because that was when that title was introduced. It was still just Dynamite. Like this was this was way before Rampage was a thing.
But
and
if you look at it,
look where we are now.
Yeah, they said the only people that helped elevate this title, and the title elevated them, was Darby, Jack, and Sammy.
Well, true, and you also have to look at like how it's been in
because this
6
title
years now they've been able to add like so many people. I know,
but like
even Miro Reign was pretty good looking back.
It was.
That was pretty
it
good.
was, but like this title didn't help Daniel Garcia because he got it too late into him being over because the spark was dwindling for him.
He's gonna go heel now.
He has to. With Luchasaurus having it, it was okay. Didn't really help him. Didn't help Christian Cage. It just made him a bigger dick. The only time Cody helped solidify the title. Mr. Brody Lee helped solidify the title. Then everybody else outside of Samoa Joe and maybe Hobbs, it didn't matter to give them to. People, and I hate to say it, like Miro, like Wardlow, like
Wardlow got out. It was another one that got out really late.
Yeah, that is true as well. He had it for 198 days.
Good. Yeah,
he is
not good.
He is the second longest. Remember, he had it 3 times. So, okay. But so back to this triple threat real quick, so we can wrap this up, and we'll talk more about this TNT shit. So it must be. It can't be. I don't. Maybe it's OBS. It does it.
It's on YouTube. So
let me see if it's on Twitch's end. There.
Yeah, Tom, I hear it. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's my mic. I hope not.
It's also on Twitch, so it could be OBS.
Someone in Zoom, right?
Well, Discord, yes.
Sorry, Discord. I'm tired. We're supposed to have it.
I don't know what.
Oh my god! I can't even understand what the hell I'm saying. Hold on. Let me try. I'm plugging it back in.
I just don't know.
Let's see if that worked. As much as I love this computer, it is not good for playing YouTube.
It did not work, by the way. It'll eventually go back to normal. It does it for maybe like 2 or 3 minutes, and then it kicks you back to normal. So, this triple threat was really fun. I loved it. It was something that was worth a damn to me.
Oh, this was awesome.
I'm happy that, of course, it's leading
Tom's like,
to...
Zach, it's just me and you.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I hate technology sometimes.
So do I. But so this main event, this triple threat was really fun. Kenny Omega picked up the win with a avalanche, 1 winged angel. Let's talk about the last. And then out comes Okada. I thought this was when the Bucks were gonna return, but nope, they returned at the worst fucking moment of my life. It's simply
I'm just gonna hope my mic goes back to normal before we're done streaming here. But after Kenny picked up the win, Okada's music hits, and this place almost lost their shit. Like that got a huge pop, and even I was just like, "There we go." Now the build starts to this for real.
Yeah. So we now lead into All In, where it's gonna be Kenny Omega versus Okada for the unification of the Continental and International title. Will they reveal a newer looking belt? Probably not. It's probably either gonna be a reskinning.
Well, Tom, I'm not gonna do it now. We're almost done.
You have a new mic and everything?
Yeah, I have a brand new inbox one, but I'm not opening it now because we're already like.
Why didn't you open it before the show?
Because my mic wasn't doing this 5 minutes ago.
Okay.
This computer really does not want me to fucking play YouTube on it. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's leading to the unification, whether we're getting a new belt or just a reskinning of the international title. Because I'm believing it's just going to be the international title. It is going to be the base, the design. And then, so, yeah.
Oh, Tom, don't you dare take credit for this right now. Don't you dare.
I'm trying to listen out. Hold on, me.
It's a little bit better. I can actually make out what I'm saying now. Oh boy. I hate this fucking delay so much. You can understand what I'm saying. That's good enough for me.
I'm trying to, I tried to maybe mute then unmute you.
All I know is I am going to just pull up the stream on my phone because I need to close this fucking tab out of my computer.
So
my computer does not like YouTube playing.
Yeah, so whatever they're gonna do, who knows? I don't. You don't. We don't know how they're gonna do this. Clearly, we are leading to All In.
Yes.
Where they're gonna have an amazing match.
Absolutely, 100%.
And probably where the Continental Classic leads to is probably going to be a #1 contender spot for this title. I feel.
Probably.
Kind of like how the Owen Hart tournament leads to a #1 contender spot for the world title.
Question: when does the... This is a New Japan question. When is the G1 final and when is Wrestle Kingdom? Like, how far apart are they? Because I know Wrestle Kingdom is first week of the year.
I'm pretty sure G1 starts up in like June.
And goes for how long?
I think until July. Maybe a month. It? I think. I'm not 100% certain.
Okay, yeah, never mind then. So never mind.
Why?
No, because we'll be here for another 5 minutes with me going through my bad idea. Because I didn't know.
Shoot, brother, shoot.
No, because I was going to say, it's just like, you should have, or maybe it was going to suggest maybe having the Continental Classic winner go on to All In, but I'm just like...
Your mic's back to normal, by the way.
Oh, yay.
I challenge Mike to the TNT Championship. If you lose, you get a new mic. Damn. All right. No, so
Oh, boy.
it's
You want to know what it might be? In all seriousness, it might be me clicking out of YouTube on my computer. I would not be surprised if that was it.
It could be. Yeah, just don't have the stream up because I have all the comments rolling. I have all the comments rolling on here.
Yeah, but I like.
It's funny how Tom, I love you to death because you keep this chat alive. You're the only one talking, and we're the only one responding. But no, it's like, I just don't know where, how they're gonna book far out though with this. All right, so let's just jump into the main event now because Kenny wins, retains, yada yada yada, all in Okada Omega. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time.
We are on to the main event of the evening. It's time
for your main event.
For the main event.
I loved Swerve coming out to Static Shock. I love that.
Cool.
That was really cool. And then out comes Jon Moxley with Marina Shafir, and I'm like, okay, cool. And then the match happens, and I'm like, man, this match is this match is sucking.
I enjoy technical wrestling, and they were doing a lot of that, so I didn't mind it too much.
I enjoyed it too. Don't get me wrong. But this...
Oh no! I thought they were having a good match, and then the ending happened. Do you and I share the same sentiment here, or no?
What? That it was a good match, and then the ending happened?
Yes.
It was a good match, and then the interference happened. I loved everything before the interference. Because it doesn't make any fucking sense. Because why did the Bucks leave to begin with? Because of the Death Riders.
Or, well, I mean, looking back now, that's what they wanted us to think. But they're gonna have to do a good job of explaining this on television.
Yes, they will. Will they? Probably not. Probably not.
I don't know. Why did I get 2 of those fucking emails? So stupid.
Tom, my cat's name is Kelly. And funny enough, named after the women's wrestler Kelly.
I'm finding that out now too. That's pretty good.
This is my baby.
Yeah. I mean, this match had a lot of good things in it.
It did. Like I love the ref bump. I love Marina getting involved. I love Nana getting involved with Marina. It was great.
Okay, hold on, wait. Now we have to think back. Did they have was there an underlying thing between them and Swerve before they left? Could it be in relation to the Hangman issues with him?
I don't think so.
Because there was I don't know if this was intentional, of the camera cut right to Hangman at the end.
I think it was for the situation of the Bucks being there. I think that's why.
Yes.
Because I believe... Yes.
But I also think that was a very intentional camera cut.
Because I believe we're probably going to get the rematch of Double or Nothing, and it's going to be a quote-unquote Texas death match between Swerve and Mox. That way, whoever interferes, it doesn't cause some bullshit. Because I'm 100%, because all the fucking advertisements show us it's going to be Swerve and Hangman for the title at All In. That's what it feels like they're alluding us to.
So Christian said after this happened, he was like Osprey versus Mox at All In, and Bucks versus Swerve and Hangman. After what happened, not only tonight but this past week on Dynamite, that's a very strong possibility.
It is.
Not
want
gonna lie,
it.
it kind of makes sense. Bucks versus Swerve and Hangman makes a lot of sense now, but then again, that could also be Double or Nothing. I don't know. Osprey versus Mox. They could be building up to that.
They could
because Osprey, he's getting close to another title shot.
Because also, sad fact, Darby Allin is starting his climb to Everest in 4 months.
4 months or 4 days?
4 months. So...
You sure about that?
That's what a report said.
Yeah, I saw something a couple days ago. He was 11 days away from starting the climb.
Let me,
And the climb is like 2 months. I don't bookmark as much on Twitter as I used to because I just started to do way too much, and I actually need to go through that.
During the media scrum that I missed, someone had asked on the ending with the Bucks screwing Swerve and not delivering a happy
Don't you
ending.
dare. Don't you fucking dare. Nope. Don't you dare.
What?
Nope. That's not happening. Nope.
Do you have a Kelly cutout in your basement?
Full disclosure, I was not the one that bought this.
Okay, so you have a Kelly cutout in your basement. Cool. Good to know.
Yep.
Back to what I was about to say.
It's behind a whole bunch of shit. I'm not getting it.
So Tony Khan acknowledges that the fans love Swerve, but promises this storyline with the Bucks will create intrigue for the company. It fucking better. It better, you fucking toad. It better.
I mean, I gotta be honest, I did not see that coming at all. So they definitely swerved us. Oh, that's 100% a high stick. Now the question is, did they just do this because they're just like, yeah, no, fuck you, you're not getting the belt? Because there was no real interaction between the Bucks and the Death Riders.
You're right. Darby Allin starts his Everest climb the 15th. And it'll take... Yeah, good luck to him. Hopefully he doesn't die, because there's a high chance of people dying on these expeditions.
Now, it takes 2 months to climb. Like, does he
Or
have
longer.
to come all the way back down, or do they have, like, a thing?
He has to come back
that
down.
they get back quicker.
He has to come back. So it takes 2 to 4 months for experienced climbers. A bit longer for unexperienced climbers.
I do remember hearing a report like he was progressing in the training a lot quicker than they had anticipated. So,
well, we will see.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do with Hangman, Swerve, and the Bucks. I personally would just love to see a Texas Death match at Double or Nothing between Mox and Swerve, just to get the title onto Swerve, do Swerve Hangman All In, and then do Swerve Osprey the following pay-per-view, so All Out. That would be my ideal roadmap.
So they put the title. So what you're suggesting is putting the title on Swerve to drop it to Osprey.
Yes. That's my ideal roadmap.
I don't hate. I don't hate that. I would kind of like that.
Because at that point trying to think on how you get Hangman involved though.
I mean, I think it's well after tonight. I mean, Christian did say it in the chat, and I also think it makes a lot of sense. Swerve and Hangman put aside their differences because Hangman still has beef with the Bucks. So,
see, with that though, that for me doesn't feel like a pay-per-view match. Bucks and Hangman and Swerve.
well, they got to build it up. I mean, the Bucks were just out for 6 months, basically. Hangman and Swerve have been focal points on the television show.
But then at that point, you're gonna have like.
I mean, on paper, that is 100% a pay-per-view match.
But then also on paper itself, going into Double or Nothing, you're gonna have probably 3 different tag team matches on. If you do that, you're gonna have Bucks and Hangman and Swerve, probably a tune-up match for Cope and Christian, and FTR and Hurt Syndicate.
They could well, if it's just a straight up like jobber match, they could put Edge and Christian on the 0 hour.
I don't see
instead
that
instead of taking up time on the main card.
I don't see that though because it's Cope and Christian.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, or they could just do it.
And it feels in my way, Cope's been politicking his way to not getting pinned.
Or they can save that, the confrontation between Cope and Christian and FTR until the end of the pay-per-view and then just start it up the next week.
I don't know, bro.
I don't know. It's 2:20 a.m. I'm really I'm normally
still awake. I work at my job. I do freight and receiving. I'm there from 9:30 at night till 6 o'clock in the morning. So,
who was that last I don't know what even word I was trying to say there. What was that last message directed to?
Since he accomplished it, they will just make him.
Who is that talking about? Because I just saw this.
Yeah, I too. Who are we talking about for that? Would that be
sorry.
The Bucks we talk about for that? I'm sorry, Tom.
No,
I got to reiterate.
Put the TNT title on them. Yeah, you're gonna have to say it because we don't know when you sent that. But damn. I will be honest though, like I legitimately did not see that coming, and I actually do want to know where they're going with this now.
Yes, I agree.
But I mean, this is going on far too long.
Yeah, I'm getting tired of fucking Mox being the champion. I love Mox to death. Like Moxley is up there with one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. It goes like Ospreay, Omega, Okada, him. Adam Cole, hell, Copeland, mainly Copeland, mainly Edge during the 2009-2010. And it's
also,
going.
I wore the shirt for nothing tonight.
And it's going good, Tom. But who were you talking about with your comment of maybe once he's back?
Darby Allin.
Talk about Darby. Okay.
No, he's got to be in the main event picture because he was part of this whole storyline before he left.
Which is what makes me scared. Are they waiting for Darby to return?
I fucking hope not.
To get the title on him and take down Mox.
I do believe that was the original plan.
Because what happens, God forbid Darby dies on this mountain. We won't know about that for a while.
Fingers crossed he doesn't.
Yes, big fingers crossed that, but the world won't know for a good bit of time.
Yeah.
Because what happens if he dies on that mountain? We won't know for like months, maybe to a year. We won't know.
I mean, I would hope that they have some sort of like satellite radio thing on them that's small that they do either like daily or twice a day check-ins. That would make sense, right?
Yes, but like
Because I know this is a completely different circumstance, but say I was going on like a trip in the woods in like Alaska or some shit. The only reason I bring that up is because I've come across some Instagram reels of YouTube reels of a dude who does it, and they're actually kind of cool to watch. Completely different circumstance, but even he carries like a satellite fucking thing with him that he can contact his family every day.
It's just that I don't know, because hell, even look at the blood and guts that I had in mind, it's falling apart. Because now Orange Cassidy is out with a torn pectoral muscle. Depending on the very bad severity of it, he's out for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Because remember,
because I mean, at first it was like him, Darby. I mean, they still have Hangman and Swerve. If they, I don't know. They have a whole lot of explaining to do, and
they have a whole lot of reworking to do. This is why I think Tony Khan should start reopening his door to creative ideas and not just him being like the head booker again. I think him taking ideas from people was the best thing he did. Because now he's shooting down ideas from wrestlers that bring up creative points.
Didn't that lead to that whole period last year where shit was just not good? And then he took back control and things got immediately better again.
Maybe, I don't know. It's they're kind of drilling themselves. They're digging
also,
a deep
Tom,
hole.
it's spelled with an I, not an A.
They're digging themselves a deep hole that they can't get out of. If they're waiting for Darby to return.
See, I don't know if they're doing that because they have plenty of people. Okay, well, plenty is not the right word. They have some people who they can put the title on.
Of course.
MJF, Ospreay, Swerve. You can still do Hangman. When Jay White gets back, he'll be in the mix.
Hell, have Jack Perry sniff at it. Have Jack Perry sniff at it. Give him that rub a little bit.
Something tells me he's holding it till All In and dropping the title at All In.
I can see that, but Ospreay?
Something tells me.
I don't know.
Something tells me.
Something tells me a fatal four-way could happen. Hell, for all we know,
tonight, he's definitely not dropping it at Double or Nothing. So,
as far as we're aware, hopefully, but just like it sucks that the two men's titles that were pretty much at the like inception to the growing area. Both, yeah. Good night, Tom. Thank you for sticking around. That the TNT and AEW title, their booking is fucking off. Remember, the TNT title used to have amazing booking. Sure, American Top Team was fucking terrible. Oh my god.
Well, it wasn't just them. It was them and everybody around that time span because they just kept hot-shotting it, which you're kind of supposed to do that with the TNT title, to be honest with you, but the way they did it was not good.
And now your AEW title, like your main title, is being kept in a fucking briefcase.
You know what's going to happen, right? They're going to open the briefcase. It's not going to be there.
No.
Then people are really going to be pissed.
The title's going to be fucking destroyed. That's what's going to happen.
In a million pieces.
The title's going to be fucking destroyed.
Honestly, if we're being honest, that briefcase is probably keeping it in great fucking condition. For all we know, the title's probably not even in that fucking briefcase. They're probably keeping that shit stored in like a vault or some shit.
I don't know. Let's just wrap.
I mean, there's
this...
no way to prove that.
Let's wrap this shit up and get the fuck out of here. Wrestler of the week, I'll give it to Will Ospreay. Good opening match. He's probably the hot shot to win the whole Owen. If not him, then maybe Hangman, and then we get Hangman Swerve at All In.
When is the final again? At Double or Nothing?
At Double or Nothing.
I think it's pretty clear cut after tonight that it's Ospreay.
I'm just saying. Just saying. Putting it out there because we don't know who the wild card is either. Wild card means shit these days, but
could it be? I mean, we talked about this. Names to throw out there. Jack Perry said.
Jeff Jarrett.
I don't think they would do Jeff Jarrett again. Although I will admit they did tell a pretty good story with that, and I'm actually kind of glad that happened because he legitimately was one of Owen Hart's best friends, so that actually made complete sense.
I don't see Josh Alexander getting immediately pinned by Hangman. I don't see that.
Unless the Bucks get involved. All right, you know what? Let's just not do this now. It's already 2:30.
Yeah, give your wrestler of the week so I can go to bed.
I'll do Kevin Knight. Good debut and fucking amazing match tonight.
Yes. Guys, thank you for watching. We'll catch you May 26th for hopefully the pre-show, post-show, because we couldn't do a pre-show today because of the Mets home game and
the trains were screwed up.
And me just being really tired. Were you at the game where the fan ran onto the field the other night?
Was that Friday or Saturday?
I think it was either.
It was a home game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've worked all three so far. So.
Okay, yeah, so you were there when the fan ran onto the field.
Nice way to get arrested and banned for life.
Yay. So yeah. Guys, thank you all.
I hope you have a miraculous Wednesday off so we can do a stream.
I will never have that. That will never happen, my friend. I am so sorry. So I wish it would happen, but it's never gonna happen, man.
Well, one day it might.
No, it won't.
Well, I mean, if you get a different job at some point, let's say like 5 years in the future. Which...
if we're still doing this 5 years, man, I'm killing myself live on camera.
All right, so a year and a half into the future, if you get a job with normal hours, it might happen.
Oh man, I just saw a tweet from JD from New York. This scumbag piece of shit. This may have been the most.
Dude, I've had to block him because he's an engagement farmer.
Oh, he does. Yeah. If he's tweeting, you definitely know the rent's due. But he tweets out, "This may be one of the most emotionless AEW pay-per-views ever. I've already tapped out here." He said that
about Full Gear,
and can't wait.
He said the same exact thing about Full Gear. He's just repeating himself at this point.
Rent's due, baby.
Yeah. Now, thank God I am not one of those people.
Yeah, same.
I complain enough about the Rangers on Twitter, and I rarely tweet about that because it's just mostly negative at this point.
See, that's what this is for. We complain about AEW here and in our group chat.
Yes, and we actually have the balls to put a face to name instead of just tweeting everything we think on Twitter. Oh, excuse me, X.
No, call it Twitter. If you call it X, you're a fucking, beta cuck, to be honest.
Well, not really, because that's the fucking name of it nowadays.
I don't
Why
know
do you
a
think
single...
I do X?
I don't know a single person that calls it X, though.
Yeah, I know a select few people. Doesn't bother me, though, because they're calling it by what it's known as now. Or what it is.
I will only ever...
It doesn't...
I will only ever call it... I will only ever call it Twitter. I will name it. I will
Literally
donate the
nothing's
fuck out of
changed
it.
in that app. It's just a different fucking name. It's the
It's
same
filled
shit.
with more pedophiles now. Being honest.
I feel like they were there. It's just it was a lot easier to be seen now.
Yeah. They were able to buy a subscription to get shown more.
Imagine paying money for that. Couldn't be me. Imagine paying money to use a social media platform. Could not be me.
Backstage interview. Daddy Magic lost his mind at Daniel Garcia.
Oh,
he did
yeah,
keep
that makes
telling
sense.
DG not to give Adam any more chances.
One too many chances. Took one too many chances. I am blanking on the expression I want to fucking use right now. But yeah.
So yeah, guys, we'll see you all for the Double or Nothing pre and post show. Hopefully, pre and post show. You will always get a post show.
Hopefully.
Pre shows are always
May 25th.
26th.
May.
Oh wait, 25th. Yeah, you're right. You're right. 25th because that's a Monday. That's a Sunday.
May 25th. This fucking thank you. I am gonna have to take off of work that night. Okay.
Cool. But yeah, so there's that. We'll be here for that. Hopefully the landscape of AEW gets better.
Oh, that's a fucking night game. Are you kidding me?
Oof. Do you get paid more for night games?
Oh, same shit.
Okay.
Oh, fuck Sunday night games. God damn it. I'm still taking off work. I would rather be watching that on a Sunday night than be there on a Sunday night. Sunday games should all be afternoon fucking games.
TK at the media scrum says, absolutely I take fan feedback into consideration. Well, start fucking taking it more. It feels like you've watched this fucking podcast, buddy. It feels like you have. Some shit that we've talked about, you've done. You know what? Hell, give all the belts back to Kenny Omega. Give him the women's belts. Give him every belt. Have him be the belt collector again. You know what? Don't give it to Kenny Omega. Give it to Riho. Ratings Riho.
Ratings Riho, baby.
Or, do something with Sheeta again. Where the fuck is Sheeta, huh? Where the fuck is Sheeta?
Yeah, I wish they would bring her back. Also, what the fuck are they doing with Deonna Purrazzo?
Good fucking question. She was doing stuff with...
Is it Purrazzo or Purrazzo? I know she is Italian.
She's from New Jersey, so it could be either or. Just
I accidentally
if he's taking into consideration people's feedback, why hasn't Mox dropped the fucking title yet? You know what, Tony Khan? Make him drop it at Double or Nothing. Do that. Drop it to Swerve at Double or Nothing. All in. You know what? Have a triple threat for all I fucking care. Ospreay, Swerve, Hangman.
If he's gonna drop it to Ospreay at All In, hypothetically, who the frick is he gonna challenge at Double or Nothing?
Jay White? Oh wait,
no. Jay White's injured. Unfortunately.
I think what they could do is run back Swerve and Mox 2 at Double or Nothing, do a Texas Death. That way, it doesn't matter who gets involved. Shit happens. Then you lead into whoever wins the Owen. You don't make them have it immediately at All In. Have them save it. Do it for All Out. And then do Swerve. Do the full blow off to Swerve Hangman at All In for the title. Swerve still keeps it. And then drops it to...
Is All In on a Saturday or Sunday this year?
Also, if you realize I changed the brightness on the camera, so it doesn't look like I get blinded by this shit anymore.
Blinded. It's on Sunday the 25th, motherfucker.
God damn it.
All right, well, I can't make that one. So, well, as of right now, I can't make
okay,
that one, so.
All In is the 12th. All In is Saturday the 12th of July.
Shit.
Were you looking at the wrong thing?
I was looking at yep. I was looking at the one from last year. 2:39 a.m. Me tired.
Yeah, so that's a Saturday. Like I said, my bold prediction, you have Mox Swerve 2, Double or Nothing, Texas Death. Swerve goes over. Because remember, Swerve made it very clear. You've been in Texas Death matches, I've won them. That's not a line you just glaze over.
True, but then you also had the ending tonight.
Yeah, but was tonight a Texas Death? No.
No, but you had the Bucks and the Hangman camera cuts and all that jazz.
I say you don't capitalize that at all. Maybe not yet. Maybe after maybe at Full Gear.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to wait that long for that match.
Then maybe Wrestle Dream, whichever one comes after All Out.
Because Full Gear is 7 months away. You don't need 7 months of build up.
What happens? What's the pay-per-view after All Out?
Is it Wrestle Dream?
It might be Wrestle Dream. I would do that. Personally.
That still feels like way too far.
But it gives it time to build. It gives them time to be like, hey, we got to be on the same page here. It gives them time to also work some tag team matches on Dynamite and Collision.
Yeah, we'll see what they do.
Because I think All In, it has to be Swerve Hangman for the title. And that is their official blow-off. That is where they leave with the respect they have for each other. That's, to me, makes the most sense. Because also, you have the backstage promo. You invaded my house. You burned mine down. You deserved it. I know. So, I think All In is where they both get their levels of respect for each other. You have that feud blow off, and always keep it in the background. Don't say it's officially fully blown off. Have it in the background.
For way down the line, though.
Yeah, like say, like there's another casino battle royale, and someone is out for a bit. That person is the Joker. That person has the title. Boom, boom. Back at it again.
Oh.
It's just that they need to really, get the title off of Mox before All In. That's how it should be. Because
Still have a feeling he's going to drop it at All In.
Because so it takes 2 months to get up to Everest, 2 to 4 months, 2 to 4 months back down. So that's 8 months. So that puts us in line for Dynasty again, for Darby to come back.
Just imagine if he didn't break his foot last year, we wouldn't be talking about this right now.
Yeah, but also, for all we know, maybe he would have died last year.
Maybe.
Maybe him doing more training helps.
I would certainly hope so.
But yeah, I don't know, guys. Time to officially end the stream. It is almost 3:00, and I need my sleep because
yeah, we both got work tomorrow night. Well, tonight.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you all for watching. Don't forget to do all the fun stuff. We will be here May 25th for the Double or Nothing pre and post show. I won't be here like I said, Wednesdays are officially and definitely done. I will never have a Wednesday off from this job. So I won't. I'll tell you that straight up. I worked 40 hours. No, I did 80 hours last week. With
Jesus Christ.
With almost 2 hours overtime.
Jesus Christ.
And then this week coming up is another 80 hours. And then after that, I'm down to 20 hours. Because they need to
cut back. I say to 80-hour work weeks?
Good money, good money.
I'm looking at coffee.
I'm looking at buying the WWE spinner belt with some of that paycheck money, because that is a title belt that I hold near and dear to my heart. That's like when I bought this. This was $30 at FYE, folks. Your local FYE could actually have kendo sticks right now. So go to your malls. That's the only place where FYEs are. They're at the mall. $30, and I had to walk around the mall carrying this, by the way.
Nice.
Just to leave, because I walked in, went to FYE, immediately left. Once I bought it, I was like, okay, I'm done with the mall for the day.
Man has his priorities straight.
Yep. All right, guys. Thank you all for watching. We will see you in May. Peace out.